if the Fury fight doesn't happen, he may run it back with Daniel. And that is Daniel Dubois' new advisor, Sam Jones, with his prediction. And let me counterpunch. Any one of those fights are good. You know, Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua, of course, people have craved for that fight for the last 5 years, and it never happened due to loss on both ends, right? AJ first, then Tyson Fury eventually. Then Anthony Joshua put on a strange performance against Danny Dubois, didn't have his guard up, stepping straight back. A lot of things happened with AJ that a lot of people, including myself, could not understand. So, you know, both of those fights are good. You know, the only problem is if he wins or loses against Tyson Fury, it doesn't matter because he's just made 100 million or 50 million or whatever million all over again. But if he loses to Danny Dubois, that is it. Because Danny Dubois has been beaten by the guy that beat everybody, Alexander Usyk. So, you know, Daniel is in a situation now where he needs to redeem himself. He's trying to go right back in there and claim what's his, or what he thinks is his, right? So AJ, that's a deal set. He can do something possibly that Andy Ruiz couldn't do. That was the first guy that beat Anthony Joshua, but he couldn't seal the deal. But he got 2 fat checks. And I think Danny Dubois, to say the least, if he loses, that's good for him. But as far as AJ, if we just focus on AJ, I think that's a good fight. I think those fights are great. I think, you know, anybody else at this point for AJ, nothing really makes sense. You know what I mean? We hear about the Moses Atoma fight. That's just another name on the resume. I mean, it's interesting to know who would win because maybe AJ comes out looking great and he hits Moses Atoma, then all of a sudden Moses Atoma doesn't have that label no more of being the badass because he finally got in there with somebody, you know, with his A game that night. But I do think that that could happen. And I think it's wishful thinking at this point, though. You know, Sam Jones, he's an advisor, manager, and I think he's just doing exactly what he would do. You know, so he's giving the recommendations to good, fast man Eddie. So you guys tell me what you think of Sam Jones' prediction of Anthony Joshua and the 2 fights that he has remaining. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!